in 5, 4. I love doing the countdown. 3. All right. Hey, Twitch. We're back with Chapter 2 of Death at Sunset from the Dragon Delves newest adventure module. Really excited about this one. We are running on Roll20. I'm joined by Sir Nocash. How you doing there, Nocash?
Hanging in there. How about you?
Not bad. I got another light here, as you can see. I don't know how to use them yet. As you can see, it looks better. It doesn't look perfect. I'm sure I'm going to have shadows, and I'm sure I'm going to have all kinds of stuff. But, yeah, every week we add a little bit more. Hopefully every week we add a couple more people that are hanging out with us.
It's looking good. It's looking good. Production element increases. I like it.
All right. Well, let's jump into the summary from where we are for the campaign and where we were last week.
Ooh, I like this music. This is nice.
So, our main character is Nocash, or Nocash, a sorcerer seeking adventure and his own identity, as he is on the search across the Forgotten Realms for news of his long-lost brother. Why is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. His long-lost brother, Nocash, a half-elf rogue who, has just been missing for a few years. That's not abnormal, but Nocash is looking for a bit of a family reunion to get back with his father and have a kind of a moment before his enchanted sleep ends. He seems to be at the end of his life. But anyway, he has been starting his adventures out, and he's now at the point where we are middle of his second chapter. So the second chapter of Nocash's story, we are using Dragon Delves. And that is the most recent adventure anthology that's come out for official 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Our source for this chapter of Nocash is chapter 1 of that book, Death at Sunset.
Oh.
So, to recap what's happened in the Death at Sunset story, Nocash was walking along the road on his way to continue the leads he's searching for his brother Nocash. He happened upon a traveler on the road who described trouble at a nearby village called Redwood Watch, an ancient village that used to have many elf families living together until it was set upon by the evil dragon Death at Sunset. So the village has had, after Death at Sunset was vanquished 100 years ago, many of the villagers left, leaving behind only kind of an outpost, which became known as Redwood Watch. Some of the soldiers from that fight who survived stayed around to kind of keep an eye on the forest and make sure everything was, staying up above the level. And then as the forest kind of healed and it was kind of a good spot on some trade routes, kind of built up. They had some more people coming by, and it's got a population of about 100 now, and villagers are starting to disappear, and the forest has started to corrupt itself. And so, we have arrived at Redwood Village, met some of the elf council. We met Gwen Humara and Gramble, 2 elves who were there 100 years ago to fight Death at Sunset. They asked Nocash for some help. Detailed the missing villagers, including the 3rd member of their council, Armin Whisperwind, who has not been seen or heard from in a month, as well as several other villagers who've one by one gone in search of Armin and been unable to find him. We also found out that Gramble is an acquaintance of Nocash, our ultimate quarry, can possibly even cast a spell to be able to pinpoint his location, but the spellcasting focus that he needs for that specific spell, not even to cast spells, but that specific spell, he needs that really valuable Squirrel Song staff of his, which was lent to Armin before he disappeared. So, regardless of what happens, if we bring that staff back, if we find it, whatever became of Armin, and we bring it back, Gramble might be able to point us in the direction of Nocash. So from there, we went on to the village green. We met Popo, a merchant from our previous chapter, who is a traveler on the road and stopping by Redwood Watch to sell some wares. Among the villagers was Misa, a aspiring druid who seemed reluctant to help out a little bit more still afraid of the forest and what might lurk inside of it than of any potential becoming a hero by saving everything. And various rumors from the townsfolk who assured Nocash that the dragon was back, or the dragon was a zombie, or the evil from the dragon is just making the forest poisonous. No one seemed to really know what they were talking about. And then Nocash headed into... Oh, there's all the villagers. Nocash headed into Redwood Grove. And that is where those ancient redwoods were planted. The goal was to collect bark samples from all of them. Gwen Umara promised that she would be able to produce antitoxin that would help against some of the really blighted parts of the forest. So far, Nocash has collected samples from 3 of those trees' bark. With samples from all 6, she'll be able to concoct that. But at one of the trees, we ran into some bandits who had turned into zombies and easily dispatched, because in the forest we also came across Druff Bluefield. Similarly, a fighter, an adventurer who's just starting out in his career. And he seems to have inherited some extremely fine weapons and armor, and may be lacking in the adventurer, maybe attitude or skill set. But so far, he's been admirable in assisting Nocash in making his way around the grove. And the last thing that happened was that the trouble continued as the zombies were vanquished but in the grassy mound at the center of that Redwood Grove, that foreboding feeling that kind of permeated the forest kind of hit a crescendo, and Nocash heard whispers of get out and run and flee and dragon, and then everything went to black. So, that's where we'll pick up for part 2 of Death at Sunset. How you feeling about part 2? You ready?
I am excited. I've been looking forward to it ever since I made the stupid mistake of just walking right into the grove. All I could hear in the back of my head was Obi-Wan Kenobi saying, "Spring the trap." So I felt like a trap. So I felt like I should just spring it.
All right, well, here we go. I'm going to jump over to our adventure. So, after you have your vision swim into black, you are bombarded with visions and vivid, horrifying dreams of a battle raging between dozens of elvish heroes and a monstrous green dragon. In your dreams, warriors fall before the swiping claws and the hideous jaws of the dragon. Over and over again, you see the dragon unleash its poisonous breath to kill entire groups of elves in agonizing pain. You see it from many different perspectives, over and over. And the final image that comes into your mind's eye is an enormous dragon's corpse deep in an underground cavern. And you awake with a shudder to see Druff laying next to you, eyes firmly shut, suffering from convulsions and yelling, "No! Stop! Dragon!"
Oh. All right, I'm gonna try to gather myself as best I can and go over to Druff here and try to snap him out of it. You know, give him a little shake. Druff. You know, try to shake him up a little. Give him a little bit of a whack. You know, nothing too serious.
So he's completely oblivious to pushing, whacking. He's just kind of curled up in the fetal position, mumbling about dragons. Every once in a while, he screams, or he's in a cold sweat for 3 more full minutes. You can't wake him up until finally you give him one more shove, and he finally, and he sits up, heaving with breath and looking around. And then suddenly, as you stand there on the edge of the grove, some ghostly images of decaying elves wielding spears and shields appear on the very top of the mound.
Druff, we must leave this place. But let's get off the mound real quick. Let's retreat a little bit.
Oh, you don't have to convince me.
So I'm gonna back up I'm gonna back up maybe like halfway or just that's right, I have control. I'm gonna back up like around here. getting a little bit closer to the trees,
All right,
trying
Druff,
to survey.
Druff, he scurries away right behind you and he's happy to put you in between himself and that center grove. And those ghostly, elvish images, as you walk away, you hear echoing through the forest, "Beware the dragon's breath. Flee!"
Beware of the dragon's breath.
Once you get more than a few feet away from that central mound, it kind of the images fade away. So you can't see them anymore. They're not there anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, Druff, clearly the epicenter of the evil lies somewhere beneath that mound.
Oh, something evil lies beneath that mound.
I had this horrible dream. I saw the elves by the droves just getting wiped out by the death at sunset. This green dragon.
I saw the same vision. Horrible it was. Many elves perished that day.
Would perhaps before we go any further, we should collect the rest of the bark from the other 3 trees and get some sort of protection against the forest. Maybe we may need it if we proceed any farther.
I'm right behind you. He still seems shaken, but like he wants to go on, but he's definitely not willing to lead the way. But he agrees that we should not go back to that central mound.
About what time of day? How long were we knocked out for?
So you can't tell because you were out, but and the dreams seem to have gone on for both just one of those. You might have had a few flashes, and it could have been multiple days. But what you do see is just the barest peak of dawn starting to come up on the eastern side of the grove. You can see through some of the lower branches. You can see the sky beginning to turn like lighter shades of purple and pink.
Okay. All right. Druff, here, take this vial. You go get that tree over there. I'll make my way around the grove, and I'll meet you around on the other side. Whatever you do, don't step in the grove again.
Oh, you don't have to convince me. I won't be going anywhere near that anymore. All right, which way are you going?
All right, I'm gonna go to the south, past the dead, past the corpses, or what remains of the campfire corpses. I'm assuming that's south. I'm going with the old city slickers. South on the map is down. And
we're going with south on the map is down. West is left. Don't get me started on maps that have north somewhere else or quest giver text that mixes up east and west, and there's just no proofreading or checking. And I spent 15. I did it last night. World of Warcraft. New patch. New content. Oh yeah, I'll meet you at the island to the northeast. I'm flying around for 15 minutes on every island. The island was to the northwest.
Oh man. Oh, that's brutal.
All right.
So
you see Druff skirting this tree to the north. He is giving it a very wide berth, and you see him you lose sight of him as the central mound is it's about 30 feet tall. It's not just kind of like an opening here. It's tough to get the depth. That central mound goes like 45 degrees up. It's quite tall. So you lose sight of him.
Okay.
And let me get let's do a reveal area.
Oof. I hate dreams. Oh, Nocash trying to shake off the visions that he was experiencing.
Okay. So you... oh, that's not good. Where are those things? That's really weird. Did I delete those? Might have deleted those. I gotta get them back. Stand by 1 second.
Yeah, I'll riff.
Please do.
So 30 feet tall on the mound. We don't know how long it looks like at least a few hours to get to dawn. Could be a few hours on 100 years. We don't know, but I'm guessing it's probably not that long. What could be under there? Is it the body? Is the underground cavern beneath there? How long is Druff gonna stick with me to? He doesn't seem guess I shouldn't bash him too hard. He's been reliable thus far. He didn't run from that battle, so that's a step in the right direction. He does remind me of the character work. That's from the artwork or the token in the artwork you got from this module, right? That's Druff from the Dragon Delves book.
No comment. The entire our entire version of Death at Sunset is, I would say 90% from the book.
Okay.
But I did do some tweaking for our play styles, tweaking for the solo nature of this adventure, some tweaking for our overarching story to kind of mash it in and connect it at a few points, and some tweaks because everyone's got their own things that they would rather do and have in the campaign. So maybe something that you've done before is different, and so far maybe everything is exactly the way it is in the book, and we haven't found anything new yet.
Interesting and excellent.
In any case, you come to yet another tree. A sickly redwood stands here, its trunk surrounded by fetid undergrowth.
Do these trees have names? Like, did have they, have the council named these trees?
You have not heard any names from anybody. No one said like, oh yeah, the tree to the northwest is named Jasper or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
Jim, hey Jim, come here. I need your bark.
Jimbo.
Okay. So I'm going to. I think maybe I asked this last time, but I've forgotten in my dream. They're all. I guess if they're in various states of decay, then some look sicklier than others.
Yes. So far, you've had a bunch of them that look, decently the same. They all look like they are dead and decaying. They've all got that gooey sap coming out of them. And it's really, some of them look a little bit more advanced than others. But actually, so far, the ones that you've seen, you don't notice a ton of difference. It looks like something happened at the same time to these 6 redwood trees. So they were all healthy. Okay. They were all perfectly fine. And then something occurred very suddenly that they're all kind of decaying at the same rate. So, like, some might be a little ahead or behind, but it's pretty consistent.
Okay. All right. Let's go. I'm going to go over to this tree. I'm going to do my routine. I'm going to put my hand on Jimbo and apologize as I collect bark from it. I want to compare the sap here, the ooze, to the sample I collected from the other tree to the northwest.
Okay. So, as you approach the tree and take out your scraping knife, you hear a nauseating sound emanating from inside of it.
Oh.
And you see a disturbing number of large, thick centipedes erupt from cracks and crevices in the tree's peeling bark, and one enormous centipede slowly emerging from between the 2 massive roots. Roll for initiative.
Man, I hate bugs. Oh, man.
All right, we've got centipede battle.
That is going to be a 7 and a 7 for roll. And yeah, that's going to be a 7.
All right. So, let's get him up here.
Oh, look at that guy. Giant centipede, huh? Lovely.
I feel like I would be. I don't think I'm a bad DM, but I feel like I would be the good behind-the-scenes person if somebody else was narrating and then I was just doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
I think you're the best DM I've ever worked with, so, and that's unbiased.
All right, and we're back
Oh,
in
man.
here. Let's zoom in a little bit for our combat. And yeah, that's where I want to be. Good, that's good.
Oh.
Okay.
Druff!
So the swarm of centipedes is made up of dozens of foot-long centipedes just kind of crawling over each other. And they sickeningly make their way towards you in defense of their tree. And I need more dice. Do we even have a D4? Dice, it's on my list.
Dice! Need more. No, not the dice. Need more dice.
My prep list definitely says, get your dice, don't wait. And I didn't do it. Got it.
That was on the prep list last time. I remember.
And your AC is 10. You get mage armor, though, so that brings you to what? 14?
Yeah, except if I had cast mage armor. I haven't cast it yet. Right now I only have an AC at 10.
Alright. So, those centipedes swarm right up to you, and some of them aggressively start to pop up, and they bite you for 1 piercing damage.
Yeah. God, blasted bugs. So it's a swarm of centipedes, and then it's one big old centipede.
Yeah, the giant centipede slithers over. It is 3 feet long. It has hard, bony legs, and it's got disgusting jaws that clack open and close. As it approaches you, it hits for 2 poison damage.
Ooh, brutal. As a note here, as I'm reading my character sheet, I forgot to include this. So I have the feat Tough. Your hit point maximum increases by an amount equal to twice your level when you gain this feat. So whenever you gain a level thereafter, your hit point maximum increases by an additional 2 hit points. So I have an additional... Something tells me that my hit dice are a little off, or my hit points are a little off, but at least I should have 2 more than what I said before.
Okay.
So if I was at 10 at in the last episode, I don't think I didn't take any hits from that previous battle, so it really should have been 12.
Okay.
Maybe, and maybe more, but for now, we'll, sitting at 9.
All right, your turn to act.
Druff, I need some help over here. As I yell to him, I am going to cast Mage Armor.
Okay. That will be a big help. That brings you to, is it 12 plus Dex?
Let me take a look. Mage Armor, and I pulled open almost right to the page. Magic Dart, Mage Armor, duration. Touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor until the spell ends. The target's base AC becomes 13 plus its Dex modifier.
Wow.
So 13.
13, all right.
Not 14. 13 total.
All right, you feel the ether kind of congeal around you as that armor takes hold and gives you a little bit of extra ability to dodge, a little bit of perhaps deflection, and are you done with your action? With your turn?
That is going to be it.
All right, the swarm of centipedes still nipping at your side is going to hit, and another centipede reaches up and bites you for 1 poison damage.
Ah! Poison! Ah!
And the giant centipede is going to open its massive jaws and try to bite down, and it's going to miss. You're able to quickly dodge away and move your foot, and it buries its face in the dirt. Your turn.
Ugh. I gotta catch up on my spells here. Alright, I'm gonna use my I'm gonna I'm gonna try to hit this thing with some ray of frost. The big guy.
All right, now.
Actually, no. I'm gonna go for the swarm of centipedes. Let me. I'm gonna go ray of frost on those guys.
Okay. Now, this is one of the rules that we sort of ignore most of the time when you do a ranged attack, and you have somebody within. So you have an enemy within 5 feet. You're supposed to get disadvantage. We've always kind of just ignored that because it's very shackling.
Yep.
What do we want to do? I'm fine with either.
No. Let's play that. That's all right. Let's play that. I'll sickle him. I'm gonna.
And Ray of Frost is a ranged attack. It's not like I'm remembering that right. That one's a ranged attack and not like a saving throw.
That's definitely a ranged attack.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. Let's 15 to 30 foot. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my sickle and I'm gonna start hacking and slashing at him.
All right.
Yeah.
For the swarm.
To the swarm.
Okay.
Oh.
That looks like a 1.
That's a 1. Uh-oh.
You
Oh no.
Your sickle comes down towards the group of centipedes, but since you're too close to the trunk of the tree, it gets entangled inside of the branches, and you slash through a couple of dead, decaying roots, but make no contact with the centipedes. That swarm of centipedes continues to crawl up your legs, and one of them makes it to an opening and bites down on a gap between your armor for another 1 poison damage.
These sons of guns.
One piercing damage from the... And then the giant centipede shakes its head off. And... Oh, it's a crit!
Oh, no! No!
It's 3 poison damage as it finds a very delicate part of your lower body that is uncovered by your armor.
Druff! I need some help. Man, where are those gnomes when I need them? Alright, hold on here. Now... make a ranged spell attack. No, that's no good either. Oh bollocks. This is gonna be trouble. Alright, 30-foot line, choosing the sheet. Each creature... Oh no. Alright, let's, on a failed save, each creature takes 1d10 cold damage. Nah, that's no good. I had them right in a line. Alright, let's, why couldn't I get magic missiles? Damn! Alright, let's sickle the little swarm centipedes again.
Alright.
Let's give it a try. Oh, man. Son of... Oof, that is going to be a 9 total.
Alright, so this time you bring your sickle down right into the center of mass of the swarm of centipedes, but unbelievably, it hits and embeds in the dirt, and no centipedes are affected.
Damn!
Alright, the swarm, still nipping at your boots, is going to... one of them is going to get a hold of your boot with its jaws, but not able to pierce through the leather and kind of fall off. And then you hear, "I'm coming!" And Druff Bluefield emerges from the northern part of the forest with his spear out, and he makes a stab at the swarm of centipedes. And off balance, he misses and plunges his spear into the dirt next to it.
Oh,
the giant
no.
centipede, with you turned your attention to the swarm of centipedes, the giant centipede is going to release and once again bite you for 1 piercing damage.
Oh, man. I hope they sell potions back at the camp or at the village. All right.
All right, Nocash.
All right. Druff, take the swarm. I'll take this big boy, and I'm gonna sickle the big guy.
All right.
Oh, finally, that's a 20 total.
It hits. You hit right in the middle of the back of the centipede.
Hallelujah. 1d6. Get ready for that 1 slashing damage about to happen here. Oh! As almost I spoke it into existence.
Oh, it's a 1.
Oh my god. Brutal.
And bonuses to that?
No bonus.
No bonus for sickle. Oh, okay.
No.
So you managed to slice a side off. No legs come off of the centipede. It's got plenty of legs to spare, but you still managed to do a small amount of damage. The swarm of centipedes, with Druff behind, turns and takes aim and hits, biting Druff for 2 piercing damage. And the giant centipede once again looks at you and attaches to your other boot and tries to rip and tear with its hideous mandible and is not able to pierce through the armor.
Yeah, get off me.
Back to you.
Did Druff go? Did he have an action?
Oh, I missed Druff. All right, Druff is going to take one more stab with his spear to the swarm of centipedes. And hits. And what do we got? 6. He's going for the swarm. And he's hitting for 5. 5 piercing damage into the swarm. Let's see. So he hits directly into the middle, but it's just not able to hit more than 1 or 2 centipedes at a time with that piercing attack. It's just not an efficient way to try to actually get any centipedes to take any damage. So he does some damage, but not as much as you would expect for that kind of direct hit to the middle of the center of mass of the swarming group of centipedes. And now, Nocash again.
Oh, boy. All right, I go... Yowza! I'm gonna disguise myself as a centipede, and maybe they'll leave me alone. All right, let's try this. Let's try this again. Sickle. I'm gonna sickle the big guy.
All right.
Oh, that's a 7 total.
You miss. You swipe through the air above the giant centipede. It is a foot off the ground, but you still, by a razor's edge, are not able to make contact.
My goodness.
Right, the swarm of centipedes now jumping up at Druff and just kind of falling off of his armor, not even able to get purchase and able to scrabble up. Druff takes aim one more time at the group of centipedes and similarly just gets air. He doesn't even hit the ground around the centipedes. He just miscalculates. He misbalances, takes a step back and loses his balance. And the giant centipede to you is going to hit. Going to take another bite for another poison damage. Why are these bugs so hard to kill? Says Druff.
No. This is brutal.
Nocash.
Succeeds automatic. The target succeeds automatically if it isn't a humanoid. If you're fighting it. Well, damn. That doesn't work either. I should have invested in some potions and not some wine. Oh my goodness, this is bad news bears right now. Ray of sickness. No, that's probably not gonna work. Okay. I got a sickle. Sooner or later something's gotta happen here. So sickle the big guy. Oh, it's a 9 on the big one.
Oh, and you make contact with a scaly part of the back and the sickle bounces off, does no damage.
Oh, goodness.
Alright, the swarm of
Druff!
centipedes still trying to find a spot on Druff's armor, and finally able to break through for Druff for 1 poison damage. Druff is going to say, I can't hit these little ones! He's gonna kind of come around to the side of you so he can take aim at the big one. And he's going to roll misbalance again as he moves. He steps on a loose patch of grass and brings his spear, thrusting it forward into a bend of the centipede's body right in the middle and making no contact. And that giant centipede is going to see the spear plunge in next to it and come right up and bite Druff on the hand.
Damn!
For 2 damage. Nocash.
Alright, I'm gonna take out a flask of oil and I'm gonna try to cover it on the swarm of centipedes.
Alright, stand by. I think that is just, that doesn't require anything. You can just use an action to splash the oil on a creature within 5 feet of you. Yeah, you don't need to roll because you're just...
Alright, I'm covering that with the lantern oil, whatever. The
right.
oil, that's on the swarm of centipedes.
Right, the swarm of centipedes covered in oil.
Oh.
Alright, that swarm kind of not really affected by the oil too much. They kind of all crawling over each other anyway. They're trying to bite Druff again. They're not able to do it. Druff taking aim at that giant centipede again and is going to hit for 7 piercing damage.
Whoa!
And that means right through the center of the centipede's mouth, it's going to and fall limp. And that giant centipede is no more.
Oh. Good job, Druff.
Giant centipede is out. Nocash.
Alright, I guess I have to light the lantern that I have, the hooded lantern, so I guess I'm gonna have to light that before I can try to smash it down and burn these bugs. So I'll light the lantern first.
Alright. Light up the lantern. Say that's probably an action. Trying to think of we haven't done too much of this other stuff.
Yeah. Probably. I don't think.
I mean, if it's an action to, let's see, as an action you can splash the oil or throw it 20 feet, and you're pulling out the lamp and lighting it. That's probably an action. Although, you can also, as your what's it called? Like your interaction, like you can draw a weapon and it doesn't count against it, but you only get 1. You could probably just like drop it. Because they're all around, so I would say that you can't do like an attack also, but you could probably just like drop the lantern if you're looking to just ignite the oil. Probably wouldn't take an action.
I definitely want to ignite the oil. I really don't want to burn the forest down, but these bugs got to get out of here. So, I mean, I'm not too concerned about the overall fire. So I'll drop the lantern then and try to get these effing things away a little bit.
All right, you drop the lantern. Let's see if I have what I need to in here. Come on, I've got to have that. It's in here somewhere. Oh, I can't search my library. Oh, that's not what I need. Free assets. Oh, I got a fireplace. That's great. None of these have... Do these have backgrounds? Yeah, let's try that one. Where did it go? Ugh. Alright. Forget that. I'm trying to put a fire on here. And I know I've done it before in other games, so it should be in my library, but it's not. I'm dragging it in and nothing's happening. So the fire instantly lights on those centipedes. Everything that you splashed instantly goes up. And the target takes 5 fire damage from the burning oil. So that swarm of insects takes 5 fire damage and many of the centipedes instantly blacken and curl up and twitch and manage to and are no more. Just enough of them on the periphery kind of got the oil burned off before they fully got engulfed, and so they are still wiggling around.
Ah, damn bugs!
That swarm of centipedes is going to kind of make their way towards you, but none of them are able to actually get off an attack. And that means that Druff is going to be able to take his spear and drive it into the swarm of centipedes. 1 and 4 is 5, 2, and manage to get a hit on the remaining centipede and kind of he gives it a couple good whacks, and the centipedes are vanquished.
Oh man! Oh, brutal!
Oh, award yourself 75 experience points.
Oh my god! For almost getting
fending off the swarming giant centipedes from the one redwood tree in the grove.
Oh my goodness gracious! That was rough. Oh, that was brutal.
Why wouldn't they die? Druff is covered in goo and char and a couple centipede legs, and he's clearly has had one of the first combat experiences against creatures and is just not ready for anything. I hate bugs so much. He kind of wanders. He starts to wander back towards the central mound as he's kind of in a daze.
Druff, don't go that way. Druff, come back. Snap out of it, man.
Oh no. So he takes a left and he goes and he sits down against this branch, like just against all the zombie corpses that you've, beheaded and hacked the limbs off. And so he's sitting next to them and he looks over and he just goes,
Druff, pull yourself together. You're an adventurer.
Adventurer.
Thanks for coming over. Did you get the vial? Do you have the vial of the bark?
I'd rather deal with that thing that was at the other tree than the bugs again. Don't make anything but bugs. Why? I always have the servant squish my bugs for me.
I hate bugs too. Oh. So did you not get?
He's waving you off. He's got like his hands on his knees, his head is down. He's waving you off.
Just breathe, Druff. All right, I'll get the rest of them.
After a minute, there's a creature at the tree to the north.
Another creature?
Up in the branches. It was something that looked like the tree, looked like a part of it, started arguing with me about whether I was supposed to be in the forest. And then, as I was trying to convince this tree creature that I meant no harm, I heard you and all the hullabaloo over here, and had to come racing over.
What did this creature look like?
It was green skin, and its hair was made of leaves. I thought it was a tree, but it was a human-sized. It spoke most impolitely to me.
Did it seem like it was going to attack you, Druff?
It was definitely considering it.
Oh. Wow, we may need to regroup here, because I am not feeling very good. Do you happen to have any potions on you? Did you come more well prepared than me, perhaps?
Potions? And he kind of looks to his pack and looks back and then considers it, and it's, of course I do. Of course. And he opens his pack, which is very well stocked with potions of healing. So he offers you one. Those are 2d4. 2d4.
I will take it. Those are expensive, though, Druff. Perhaps we can work out a repayment once we get out of here, since we're in this together now.
Of course we will work out a payment. Why would I give you a potion of healing and not expect payment in return? He's slowly sipping his potion, eyeing you like he's very concerned that you would have to even speak of the fact that you now owe him 1 potion of healing. All right. He's gonna
I will make this right.
3 and 2 is 5.
What's the potion of? Something tells me this isn't going to be enough. What's the potion of healing?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. What's this thing go for? Like 100 gold?
50?
50.
Is it 50?
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, 50 gold. That's nothing. You know, as Druff finishes his, and he takes out this tiny little leather ledger, and he's scribbling something in it, glancing up at you the whole time.
Now, you're not going to charge me interest on the potion of healing, are you?
Why wouldn't I? And he sort of kind of starts to think about whether he would or not.
All right, here we go. Here's the roll. Not terrible. Oh. I actually don't know what... I lost track of it. I'm going to have to re-roll that one. So starting with 2. Because I flipped it and I don't know what it ended up being. All right, well, as the gods would have it, that's a 1.
Oh.
So, classic. So 5 total. All right. All right. I feel a little bit more like myself, Druff. Perhaps we should just regroup here but a moment, take a short rest, and then we get the rest of the bark before we head back to the village. I'd hate to leave here empty-handed and go back and have to come back and go back again, but I want to try to get the bark so we can be protected when we venture farther into this mystery.
Yes, I agree. I'd hate to come back empty-handed when the villagers are clearly expecting so much. And he kind of puts on this air that you get when he's talking about doing anything noble or righteous. He kind of gets super like, of course. Yes. We shouldn't be disappointing the villagers. We wouldn't want them to think any less of us. I agree with. Perhaps we can move away from these hideous corpses that I seem to have sat next. And he gets up and he kind of moves around the other side, makes the move to the other side of the tree.
All right. I'm gonna follow him. Like, all right, okay. Let's go behind this rock over here. This rock formation looks like.
All right, you gonna take a short rest?
Well, yeah, we'll rest here briefly and recover, and then we'll get the rest of the bark and perhaps talk to this spirit of the woods that you encountered.
Most unpleasant conversation it was. And as you sit for an hour, he kind of fills you in on as many details as he can. The appearance, the kind of imperiousness of this character that seemed to act a little bit like it owned this part of the forest and was very wary of anyone coming. Is there anything else you want to ask him while you sit there and take a short rest?
Did it appear as if it was like a dryad, Druff? Do you know what like a spirit of the woods, or did it look physical? Could we capture it if we needed to?
Oh, it was most physical. I would say that it was probably not anything that could have disappeared. It seemed to be almost part of the tree.
Did you ask it its name?
No, I suppose I was not the most polite either. I do get flustered when people are rude to me. I'm very much not used to it.
Understandable, Druff. Understandable. And that's all I'm going to ask him, and I'm going to use one of my hit die to recover some hit points here. And now a hit die is going to be... what exactly? A D6? No way.
Yeah, you've got... Yeah. Right?
I have 2 hit die now. Sorcerer. 1d hit die, yeah, hit point die. D6. 1d6. So it's 1d6 and no bonus, right? Just that roll. It's been a long time since I've recovered hit points with a short rest.
I think you get your Constitution modifier in there.
Oh, excellent. That is 0. Perfect. All right. Here we go again. Oh, all right. Perfect. 2 hit points. Well, so be it. Back up to, by my count, a total of 9.
All right.
All right. I must work on these rolls, Druff.
Oh, it's all about just calm and being focused and just letting someone else take care of all of the minor things, like washing your silverware.
Like a servant.
Yes. It would be nice to have a man for things like cleaning all this goo off of my spear. And he takes his exquisitely crafted spear and he's got like a spare rag that he's trying to get the goo off, and he's having no luck. It's just smearing all along the handle and the blade. It's just, he's never cleaned an item in his life.
Be careful, Druff. Make sure that doesn't corrode your fancy spear that you have there.
Corrode? Heavens, I hate to think.
Do you have any friends, Druff?
I have many social acquaintances, all of which would be thunderstruck to find me out here in the woods. Roughing it. Adventuring. Ha!
Well, if we make it out of this alive, I'll make sure to tell the tale of how brave you were.
Really? Well, he's kind of almost taken aback for the first time since being here. He's like it's not an inconvenience that he's here. I do appreciate that, Nocash. Well, shall we go see this forest chap?
Let's go give him a... Let's go knock on his tree and see if he answers.
Let's go side by side this time.
We are in this together. I appreciate it, my friend. And I'll go with him up to that. What did I ever get the sample from?
Oh, so
from Jim.
You were scraping it in as they kind of emerged from it. So you started scraping it in. You heard that noise, and then you started to see the centipedes come out. So you got that one.
All right, good. All right, so I got 4. I got 4 of the 6 so far. All right, let's go. All right. Now wait. Go ahead.
He's gonna cling to the the trees here, and make his way from tree to tree. He's gonna avoid that central back mound as all you can. You can start to see the sky turning orange. Dawn is definitely breaking, but every time you have to like get within a few feet of the beginning of that mound, you start to hear those whispers. Danger. Danger.
Don't pay it no mind, Druff. I'm convinced it's someone playing a trick on us.
That was no trick when I had those horrible visions. They were horrible.
Oh, magic can do many, many things to the mind. Can make you see things and hear things that aren't there.
Well, I didn't like it one bit.
All right, where's this tree? How far up in the tree was he?
Oh, he's just there. And as you come upon this new redwood tree, you see a trunk as wide as a building, the bark peeling like dried skin, and a few feet off the ground, a figure with green skin and hair made of leaves sitting in the branches, an enormous shelf fungus, almost as if it's a throne. And that is this guy. He eyes you imperiously as you approach. Halt, stranger. You may not approach this tree.
Oh, apologies. I am Nocash, Yeldrin. This here is my companion, Druff. Blue Water.
Bluefield! Imbecile!
Bluefield. I thought for sure I had it right this time. Sorry, Druff. Druff Bluefield. We mean you and your forest no harm. We're just we are here investigating what could be plaguing these trees.
Well, something is certainly amiss. What business is it of yours, whether the trees are diseased or not?
Well, I'm here on help from the town. They are concerned because they've had citizens that have gone missing. There's been a variety of theories, including an old dragon that has come back to life. Surely that is not the case, but it is also quite obvious that there is something wrong here. What do you live here? Is this your tree?
I do. I've lived in the forest for many years. What would you have of me?
All I ask is to take a small sample of bark from the remaining 2 redwood trees here, so that I may brew a potion that will help me investigate what is wrong here and restore your forest to its rightful place. Perhaps if you have any information you could offer me, that would be great. Such as your name. What is your name? I've introduced myself.
He narrows his eyes. Make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I actually think I have a bonus on that. I do. At least it's +2. Remove that. Oh, man, my rolls stink. That's going to be a total of 9.
Stranger, the woods are no place for someone who is inexperienced and as seeking of perhaps only personal glory as yours. He stares down, and Druff speaks up. Now, personal glory is a bit of a stretch. I think that we agreed before I had to run off and rescue my friend here from the bugs that we managed to eradicate from another tree, mind you. And the dryad kind of he nods a little bit in approval. That tree was saved because of us. Another tree had zombies coming out of it, and we no longer does because of us. Now, will you help us fix your forest or not? And Druff, even with a horrible penalty to charisma, manages to get through to the dryad.
Oh. Oh.
You speak passionately. I am Canaan. I have a... Oh, nope, I don't. I didn't have his name. Let's go back to... Canaan. And I have lived in this forest for many years. For many, many years.
Meh.
And if you have already begun to make attempts to heal the land, I thank you. However, simply dealing with the results of the infestation, reanimated corpses and hideous creatures infesting the trees, is but the beginning. For example, you're standing in the stream that has been completely corrupted. And you look down and the stream is like acid green and running kind of over your boots, and you kind of haven't even realized that your toes have started to go numb a little bit. Druff splashes over. See? This is the kind of help we're asking for. We don't know anything about being in forest. And he starts to correct himself. We don't know nothing, but certainly anything you can do to help our quest. Help us help you. Kanan kind of, well, it's been a long time since the forest started to decline, and it's accelerated lately. But I have heard rumors that a dragon wormling lurks in the old lair of death at sunset. And I suspect that new young dragon has caused the corruption that we've seen here.
Oh, a new dragon.
Yes.
Rumors. Who do you speak to, Kanan? Can you talk with the trees?
The trees, many of the trees here can no longer speak due to the corruption. But I've seen enough signs, and I've seen the effects of dragons, and I've spoken with travelers and seen some things. I also warn you, the entrance to the lair to the east, I've seen a very angry-looking elf lurking around the entrance. Be wary of one such as that, who may seek to ambush you as you go towards the lair of whatever it is causing that corruption, of the lair where death at sunset's bones still surely lie.
Oh, you've been most helpful with the information here, Kanan. Now, if you would indulge me, have you named these trees?
The trees have no names. What nonsense you speak, naming trees? He looks very upset.
Perhaps they would appreciate a name. And he goes to Nocash, touches the tree, apologizing again, not taking the bark sample, but doing his thing. Kanan, have you seen? The village is concerned about their disappearing citizens. Do you know anything of this? Have they wandered into that lair you spoke of, or have you seen anything? Have you witnessed anything?
I have seen one or two other elves making their way towards the lair, but I have not seen anyone return.
And what did this grumpy-looking elf look like?
He seemed on the older side. Let me check the art that I selected for this character. Yes, he was sniffing around here. Did not come this close to this tree. He seemed to know the lay of the land fairly well. Spent no extra time going straight to that lair. He seemed a nervous fellow, but all I've seen of him after he emerged from the lairs, he's never gone very far, but he has seemed very distressed and very, very angry.
Okay, Kanan. Before I continue on, I need to collect 2 samples from your trees here. I promise it will not harm them, but I will purge this poison that is plaguing this area. I promise you.
I would be most grateful if you could attempt to kill the wormling, if that is what the root cause of this is, and bring peace and health back to the forest. You may sample the bark.
Before I do so,
ceremoniously peels a tiny bit of the bark and tosses it down at your feet.
No. Druff, get that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You have the vial. Kanan, one last question. This wormling, what color dragon would you say it is?
Ooh, impossible to say for sure, but the poisonous leaching into the river that would surely be enough to kill any who drank from it possibly leads me to believe that a green dragon wormling lurks in the lair below.
Thank you, Kanan. You've been most helpful. Thank you.
Go in peace on your quest. And he doesn't go anywhere. He just seems like he's done talking to you.
Perhaps we'll cross trees again before this adventure is over.
He's just staring off into the forest now.
Nocash looks at Druff. I must work on my exit lines and my delivery.
I always just walk away as soon as I'm done getting the information I need. It always worked for me.
Yeah, I must say, while your approach unorthodox, quite helpful. I am proud to call you my companion, Druff.
All right. So, get an overlay of the grove here that you've seen so far. This is where you've been, if that's what you can see. Yeah, that's what you can see.
Okay, great. I would like to. So just to double check. So when is that lantern gone that I used to kill or attack the centipedes with?
Oh yeah, we never determined. So lantern, I would say you lit it and then you dropped it. It probably broke if you just dropped it carelessly without like taking too much care to put it down.
I would say
the glass part of it. So I wouldn't say it's beyond repair, but it's probably not in any shape that's going to work right now.
All right, so I'm going to say that sucker's gone, and then I have one more flask of oil. I would have used that to light the lantern.
I mean, do you have anything like flint and tinder or anything like that? There's a couple different ways you can do it, and definitely wouldn't need a whole flask because the flask is, like a gallon of oil.
Right.
And the lantern already has fuel in it, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually just need to strike it with something.
Well, I don't know how I struck it, but
I'm sure that you picked up some flint and tinder somewhere in some adventurer's kit pack.
I got a
Dungeoneer's pack had to have included something
pack,
to light a lantern with. Come on,
Yeah. There's definitely something.
I'm not gonna be the DM who's like, the centipedes are attacking. How are you lighting the lantern specifically?
Okay, so I will just say the lantern's gone then for continuity's sake. Cool. Druff, do you have an empty I've used my iron pot here to take a sample of the tree bark. We should get a sample of that water too. Do you have a water skin, an empty water skin or anything?
Yes, I have one. And he shuffles through and he takes out an exquisite silk-covered water skin. And he's, no, not that one. He puts it back and he brings out one that's like very fine leather with golden stitching. And he kind of like, no, Aunt Mabel gave me that one. He ruffles around his bag a little bit more. He pulls out another leather one that seems well made, but nothing crazy. So he takes it and he dips it into the water there and gets a sample.
Now don't drink that, remember.
Oh, I'd never drink out of this water skin, please.
Perfect, excellent.
He reaches to behind his back and pulls out a water skin that's like elaborate velour type material. It's like bright red, and he takes a swig from that. Ah, yes, that's a quality spring water from the north. Imported, mind you.
I would assume no less that you would have the finest mountain water on the Sword Coast.
Yes, hard to find.
I can imagine. All right, Druff, let's collect our last sample and let's go regroup in the town.
Yes, I think that hopefully we've rid the forest of all of these denizens. Hopefully the last tree will be as easy as some of the other unoccupied ones.
Oh, those flies are kind of... I hate all bugs, Druff. I know you do too, but I hate them too. All right, I'm gonna navigate myself around this tree and make my way towards the last one.
Okay. Let's get over here. Looks good. And a pale redwood rises from the middle of a muddy bog. To To the southwest, that trickling stream separates the mud from the solid ground beyond that you've seen already, with the central mound and the redwood to the south. And it looks like... Do that. Oh, no. Come on, close the shape. Oh, no. I'm clicking all over the place. There we go.
Oh,
that was
boy.
like 100 clicks. Oh dear, I have the wrong boots on for this, Druff says.
Oh. Well, I think maybe we should approach this one with a little bit of caution, Druff. What do you say?
Oh, most assuredly. He's already sitting on the ground and taking off his adventuring boots and rummaging through his pack for some other more appropriate footwear.
Oh, Druff, how are we gonna collect this sample without stepping in that mud? I'm gonna look around for some kind of rock or something, some kind of something I can just basically throw in this swamp bog thing and try to see if there's anything waiting for me to go over there.
All right, you easily find a few rocks down around your feet. There's some scattered ones, especially towards the stream. And you're just going to chuck it into the mud?
Yeah, kind of toss it, almost like whoever the hell is throwing stones in Fellowship, but right before they get attacked by the, kind of like...
Must not disturb the mud.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so... You find a good-sized stone, you toss it in right between two roots in a big, empty, open part of mud. It makes a sickening sound, and you see from two other spots further to the left and the right, you both see, you see something moving around beneath that mud that wasn't a wave coming off of the impact of yours. It seemed like something was disturbed by the impact.
Ugh. Druff, put your shoes back on. Did you see that? Did you see that? Something is waiting for us in the mud.
I'm not going into the mud without the proper boots.
Well, how many pairs of boots did you come with?
5. How many did you come with?
5. I'm a dragonborn. I have 1 pair of boots. I barely even fit into these.
How horrid. And Druff pulls out a black leather, high-laced, looks waterproof pair of boots, and he starts slowly lacing them up.
Oh, Druff, what are we gonna do here? This is going to be tricky. Perhaps let me look through my Dungeoneer pack, and maybe I have a bit of rope. Oh no. Something is waiting for us in there. Kaden! I'm gonna look for Kaden to see if he's still there.
He's around the other side of the tree, so you can't really see him from there. You can't see his little fungus shelf.
All right. Okay, I am going to. I do have some rope. I'm gonna attach some. How close are these branches? Can I get to the branches without going into the mud?
So the roots come out pretty much through the mud. Some of them end towards the end of the mud. There's no branches for the first 100 feet of the tree. It is a sheer trunk up for a very long while before the branches start to come out.
Okay. All right, Druff. I'm going to try to get close there and get our last sample. Be prepared. I'm sure as soon as I step foot, something is going to attack us. It seems to be a going happening around these woods.
Oh, I'm right behind you, friend. And he's fiddling with the very top clasps and laces of one boot with the other one sitting on the ground next to him.
Oh. Oh, all right. I'm gonna. Oh man, I'm gonna try to make my way. I'm gonna go around to the north here a little bit and survey the scene behind the tree. See if there's anything else back there.
Okay. Let's do that. So you can see, as you make your way to the north of the tree, there is a yawning 20-foot wide maw surrounded by the roots of these two trees kind of as they come together. And you can see it slopes down into this deep underground cavern.
Oh, lovely Druff. I think I found our way down.
Well, are we going in, or are we getting the sample and going home?
No, we need the sample first. Let's collect the sample. I'll do it. And I'm gonna go back towards him. Even though I know you just spent all your time putting on the proper footwear, I will attempt it myself.
Yes. I think that's best.
I wouldn't dare ask for you to do such a thing. And I'm gonna take a couple steps into the mud, I guess, and try to go collect my sample.
Okay. As you enter the muddy area, your boots begin to sink into the frothy muck. After just a few steps, you are weary with the effort of simply walking forward. It is deep and it is thick. Suddenly, you hear 3 loud squelching noises as several filthy creatures emerge from the goop and attack. Roll for initiative!
Oh, no! I knew it, Druff!
Let's see.
Oh, man. Of course, the one I don't put the cam on for, that's going to be a 17.
Alright, I guess 17 is Nocash.
Boom, boom, boom.
And
Oh, I
we
like
are
this.
on here. So the creatures you've seen emerge, you recognize as evil spirits of the earth, mud mephits.
Oh, not the mud method.
They made gross squelching noises as they cackle. And we're going to put them on the token layer. Go back to roll 20. There they are. They are gross.
Oh.
All right, let's see. Druff. Here. He is going to shout, "Oh, what hideous creatures!" But he is going to charge forward and get right beside you and aim at the first mud method and hit for 10 piercing damage.
Whoa, well done, Druff.
And that first method takes a direct hit and collapses into the mud and sinks below.
Wow.
Nocash.
I am going to. I'm going to be inspired by Druff's, but his quick response time, his brute strength, and I am going to use my breathe weapon attack.
Oh.
Draconic Ancestry. When you take an attack action, when you take the attack action on your turn, you can replace one of your attacks with a 15-foot cone or 30-foot line that is 5 feet wide, choosing the shape each time. So I'll do the 30-foot line and go straight through the two of them.
All
right. Each creature must make a dex saving throw Dex saving throw DC 8 plus con and proficiency bonus.
So your proficiency's 2.
Mm-hmm.
And your constitution is your spellcasting modifier. So what's that? Let's see.
The spellcasting modifier is 2. My spell save DC is 12.
Okay. So 12 save.
I get DC 8 plus con and proficiency, but so maybe it's just it just says DC, so maybe it just has to be 10.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a Constitution modifier. Stupidly.
But still, it's weird that your
I don't know,
constitution is for the attack. Let's see, 187. It's always good to look up the rules as you play. DC plus your constitution modifier and proficiency bonus. Yeah, I mean, you're using your own inner energy, I guess. So if your constitution modifier is 0 and it's 8 plus that and your proficiency, it's 10. So save of 10. All right.
Man, I rolled some crappy stats when we created these characters. Yowza.
I feel like every character that I've run has been the opposite. I'm like super lucky with the stats, and I end up with like my wizard was like super strong, and I could use my sword all the time, even though I had really good intelligence. Like I haven't made too many characters, but I feel like Ashtaroth was also really good. All right, your breath weapon pulses in a line, and Druff steps back. Oh my word! He's very taken aback by this. That first method in line is going to duck down. The second one is going to dodge to the left. Was it a half damage? Let's see.
Half as much. Half as much on a successful save. Uses equals you regain all expend. Oh, okay. So a D10.
All right, so they're both.
Am I rolling damage or do you roll?
Yeah,
the
you
damage
roll the
on
damage.
this? All right, let me get a D10 here. Bum bum, bum 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 bum. Ooh. All right, so 6.
Okay. You, even though they make their way out of that beam, flapping their disgusting little wings, both of them plop down into the mud, and one after the other sink down and are not seen again.
Ah! Excellent.
Award yourself 75 experience points for vanquishing the mud methods guarding the final tree.
Oh. That's how you do it, Druff. Well done.
Well, my, we certainly took those things for a ride. We only could find one of those at every tree instead of bugs.
Oh, well, we've done well. We've dispatched bugs and zombies and now mud mephits. Ugh. It truly is something wrong with this forest. We must cure it.
Indeed. Well, the last tree stands before us. All we need to do is get that bark and head back to town.
All right, I'll collect the sample, and he's gonna go up, and Nocash is gonna go up and do his usual thing. You know, touch the tree, collect the sample, get the hell out of there, if possible.
Druff is gonna splash his way across to the tree to the south here. He seems a little bit unnerved by the presence of the dryad, so he's gonna come over here to this tree that you guys know. Well, actually, this is where the centipedes came out of, but you already squished them all, so he's gonna come back over here and kind of like sit against the tree. He's gonna unbuckle his breastplate, toss a spear in the ground. They've both got mud on them. He's gonna yell to you, "They don't prepare for how heavy these things are. Wonder if I could hire a servant to carry them for me when I was out of combat." So he's gonna sit there and start unlacing his boots to come back to it.
All right. All right, can we take a quick 2 minutes here?
Yeah, let's do that. All right. We'll be right back after this message. Okay. We're back in. Let's see. Let's zoom out because Druff has decided to go off and take a break a little bit. He's off at that southern tree. That looks pretty good. Nocash, you are coming up to that tree to get the bark. Druff is ready to take a break while you do that.
All right, I'm going to get my sample, and I'm going to go head back and splash my way across that evil stream as quickly as possible.
All right.
And head towards Druff.
You get the sample, no problem. Scrape some of that bark off. It's peeling and disgusting. Sap oozes a little bit onto your hand, just like at all the other trees. And as you make your way back towards Druff, from that area you start to hear a kind of faint, irregular clicking noise.
Oh, God almighty.
And you see, coming out of the root of the tree, a rather large brown bug.
Oh, no.
It silently creeps over towards Druff, and before you can react, it places one of its long, feathery antennae on the breastplate that Druff has taken off and laid next to him. And you hear a distinct sizzling sound as the metal of the armor begins to bubble and dissolve before your eyes. Druff looks up at you and, do you hear a peculiar sound?
Druff, get away from there! I've heard of these things. I think it's a bug that is attracted to metal. Get out of there! It'll corrode and eat your armor. Don't even try to attack it. It's a rust monster, I think.
So while you're yelling this and making your way over, the creature is searching with its other antenna and finds the shining metal of the Viper's Bite, Druff's antique heirloom spear, +2 spear. It wraps tightly around that spear tip, and Druff finally looks down and makes a disgusted surprise sound. And he shoves the critter aside. Looks what that pest has done to my inheritance! And Druff holds up his finely crafted spear, Viper's Bite now reduced to a gleaming wooden haft with a brown, brittle-looking metal chunk of material at its tip. The spear point crumbles to dust as he brings it closer to his face for further inspection. And you see the creature kind of scurry back into towards the branch, the hole in the trunk that you saw it come out of. He holds up the formerly gleaming breastplate, and there's a foot-wide hole burned straight through the center of the chest. He frames his bewildered face perfectly. That vile insect has ruined me! Its creature is completely gone, burrowed back into the tree by the time you arrive.
Druff, get away from that tree. There's nothing good coming from that tree. Why would you go sit down next to that tree?
We already killed the bugs that came out of this tree. Why would another bug come and do this to me?
We killed some bugs. Maybe we killed that other bug's cousins. You don't know. Get away from there. Who knows how many bugs are in this tree?
What does it matter now? I'm ruined. Ruined. And Druff sprints off to the west.
Oh. I'm gonna follow him as best I can. Druff, it's all right. We can repair it. It'll give you character. He yells as he's chasing him.
All right, you make your way around as Druff goes around one trunk of the tree. You make your way that way, and you lose sight of him. He's gone. He's headed back towards the watch, but you do not see where he ended up.
All right, I'm gonna do one last look around this area, see if there's anybody watching me, if Caden's close, if there's anything else, that's creeping me out.
All right, so you take one last look around. The forest seems just as evil and menacing. The sun has definitely started to come up It's morning. You start to see some kind of golden light making its way through the boughs of the forest. You feel the fatigue of being awake all night, and just as you turn to perhaps make your way back to Redwood Watch, knowing that you haven't really made a difference yet, but you haven't heard anything, you haven't, seen anything else amiss, you hear that familiar clicking, and from the tree closest to you, the insectoid monster that destroyed Druff's livelihood, it seems still a bit peckish, and it slowly approaches you with its antenna twitching.
I'm gonna take, I am going to cast Friends with this creature, at this creature.
All right, Go ahead and do that.
I gotta look up exactly. I know it was an automatic save if I'm fighting it, but I'm not fighting it at the moment. Friends. Where are you?
Action. Concentration.
Finder of death. Find this.
Yeah, the target succeeds automatically if it isn't a humanoid.
Wait a minute. I thought, really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Really?
It's
For the target. The target
must succeed on a saving.
If you're fighting it, the target succeeds automatically. If it isn't a humanoid. If you're fighting, I see.
Yeah.
Or if well, damn.
And it's got its feelers out. Its extremely long feelers are kind of making their way towards you, and it's sort of twitching towards the one bag that you have on their side. That the loot that you got from the zombies had one bag full of spear tips, arrow tips, just metal arrow tips, and it's sort of kind of pawing towards that.
I'm gonna take that nice big burlap sack of arrowheads and toss it. It's just a rust monster. Ugh.
And it scampers over, and its claws rip the burlap sack apart, and it descends on the arrowheads with its antenna.
Oh.
And they melt away, and it gobbles up the remaining rust, the remaining debris. Now you're familiar with rust monsters. This is definitely a juvenile. This is definitely not a full-fledged rust monster. It's only maybe a foot and a half long, not fully formed, not really even seeming that dangerous. But it does make quick work of those arrowheads, and then sort of turn back to you with its antenna twitching, kind of slowly approaching.
Okay. Am I just gonna try to get the hell out of here? Or am I trying to get a pet rust monster here? Something tells me I'm not gonna be able to get a pet rust monster. Although you never know. What would I'm gonna dig through my stuff here. Something metal. What do I have that's metal? Oh, I have a shovel. I'm gonna take my.
It's sort of making its way towards you again, kind of using those antenna to sense everything. One's kind of honing in on where you've got the blade of your sickle. One's kind of honing in towards your pocket where you might have some change, some gold.
I'm gonna pull out the shovel and hand it to him like it's like a lollipop. Here you go, pal.
You can see its tail kind of wag back and forth as its antennas grip the shovel, find the metal blade, and start to make quick work of it. It's very preoccupied with this large piece of metal you've given it. Kind of turns to the side. You can hear bubbling and hissing and spitting as the metal just corrodes before your eyes.
All right, Rusty. Right, Rusty. I'll be back. Now, be nice to me when you run into me again. I'm gonna try to get away while he's occupied with the shovel.
You manage to get away, and it seems to be very preoccupied with this much larger chunk of metal. It's gonna kind of get through all of that, and you walk away and successfully.
All right, I'll make my way back to town. Hopefully, trying to catch a glimpse of Druff along the way.
All right.
He's got the other 2 vials. I need my vials for the damn tree.
Okay. So you make your way all the way back to Redwood Watch. Oh, I didn't hit. Not a retcon, but I missed the coolest slide that I had prepped for. I'll show it now, just so you see what it would have been. All right, let's get back to our slides here. So as I described how you were with Druff and made your way up onto the mound, you then... no, I gotta remember not to do that. You made your way up onto the central mound where you heard the whispers and became overwhelmed by the evilness of the forest and slowly blacked out. Anyway. Okay. You make your way through the forest. It's about an hour's march, same as before. The sun has come up, and so it starts to be early morning by the time you make your way to the eaves of the forest where the village hangs in the trees and the trunks. You see only a few signs of the passage of Druff. You see a few hurried footprints and maybe a spot where he sat for a minute and to wallow in his pity, but you don't see anything else until you get all the way back to the village where it's still pretty quiet. You looking around, you see 1 or 2 people kind of going about their business, lighting a fire outside of their home, but very, very little activity so far in the forest to village.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. Make my way up to I guess that center area where Papo would be, and see if he's setting up shop or see if there's any familiar faces that I recognize, including Druff.
Let's see. Okay, so make your way up to the village green, and there, of course, you find Popo.
Oh,
Bright and early, and he's bustling around. He seems to have been. He spent last night. He was, setting up a lot of his trinkets and wares, and he's putting the finishing touches on it this morning. He's laying out a couple of weapons. He's laying out a couple of vials of things, some skins, and he looks up. Oh, Mr. Nocash, good to see you back. Have you solved the issue yet? Have you saved the forest?
Oh, Papo, that was brutal. I need to take a seat. And goes over and tries to take a seat on something nearby.
Oh, no, lad. Trouble in the forest, have you? No good ever comes of adventure, and let Papo tell you. Why, I remember back when I was a lad, I thought I could crack it. And he launches into a very long story involving his first adventure, and he's really just walking in the woods for the first very long part of it.
Papo, do you have any, I came across possibly a bug friend, a juvenile, a wee rust monster. Do you have any spare axes, nothing too expensive, but heavily metal that I could possibly bring with me as a distraction if I need it, or as a peace offering?
Are you soft in the head, laddie? You'd like to make friends with a rust monster? I've had warriors of great renown come back to me and buy the finest weapons I had because theirs were reduced to nothing but hilts. And you want to befriend one?
Hey, I'd call it me inspired by this village, the one with nature, all that crap. But maybe I might need something as a distraction at the very least.
I could see that, laddie. If you distract a rust monster, you'd want a high carbon content in your iron. They appreciate the impurity. It brings out a certain flavor to it. goes back into his wagon and he starts rummaging. He's tossing like an axe head, and he tosses out a pot and a pan, and he's continuing on this long rant about the qualities of metal as he's looking through.
I'll need a pot too while you're at it. This one has some kind of contaminated sap in it. I couldn't possibly trust to cook in it again. But see what you can dig up for me, and I'll be back by at some point later on this afternoon.
Oh, yes, laddie. I'll find a few things to distract your old rust monster there. And he goes back to he's rummaging, and a pot falls from the top shelf right on his head. Oh!
Popo, it's a good thing you're not soft in the head.
Oh, you can count on Popo. You can count on Popo. He's sitting rubbing his head, and he's maybe a touch of titanium. And he starts rummaging through some drawers.
Oh man, soft to the head. That tickled my funny bone. All right. All right, Popo, I'll be back. And he, I got it. Have you seen that red-haired Druff run by you at any point? Has he been through here? Could you point me in his direction?
Oh, just a few minutes ago there, laddie. He headed towards the next to yours there, the other domicile. He ran in. Seemed like he might have been crying, as a matter of fact.
He is a delicate individual. I'll go check on him at his Airbnb. All right, I'm gonna head over that way. I need my vials, so I'm gonna go try to find them.
Okay, so Popo is pointed to the very next dwelling to yours. Yours is kind of like in between two roots, with the door kind of embedded in the middle, and then that root has a staircase carved into it that goes up in a kind of a spiral around, and there's another door that is up and to the right of you, like maybe a story up, and you hear, as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you put your foot on the stair, you hear, "Oh no," coming from out that door.
Druff, I need those 2 samples you have, and then I'll leave you alone to recover. Unless I can get you something. Do you need some stew? Fergus makes some mean stew.
You hear, and some shuffling, and finally, Druff makes his way to the door. It opens it slowly, kind of hands you the vials. 2 vials with the bark in it, and says, "Oh, I'd appreciate some soup. I don't think I'm cut out for much of adventuring, Nocash. I clearly should have just stayed home in Silvery Moon."
Silvery Moon? How did you end up traveling alone? What happened to your servants? Did you not want to pay them for the voyage?
Oh, the rates, you wouldn't believe the rates. I'm not made entirely of money, you know. It's just simply for a squire to carry a bit of gear and have some knowledge about the surroundings would have drained my bank account faster than you could say Silvery Moon Amphitheater.
Oh, Silvery Moon Amphitheater. What's been playing there? Has there been a show recently?
I don't know. I'm missing the whole social season. He seems like he's distraught and possibly done with adventuring.
Oh, all right. I'll get you some rabbit stew as a token of my gratitude, and maybe we'll call that even for that potion that you gave me.
He looks up and he kind of, "Rabbit stew? How disgusting."
You'll enjoy it. And he gives him a good slap on the back.
And then he's just
I'll take that as a yes. And Nocash takes his vials and is gonna go. He's gonna go head over towards try to find Gwen and Gramble.
All right. As you make your way down the stairs, you hear from up above just one. "Did you say something about erasing your debt?" as you're just out of earshot, so you can choose to pretend to not hear if you want.
Yes, a deal's a deal, my friend. And Nocash walks away.
You sense the first and only sign of any life in his exclamation, but you still leave Druff kind of a blubbery mess. How you make your way back down the stairs, and the morning's getting on, so you start to see a few more people coming back and forth, and bringing things to the village green, heading out towards watch posts maybe. You don't see Gwen and Gramble anywhere, but you do remember that they have sort of like the office/greeting space towards the front of the village where you first came in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head that way, and with the idea to deliver my samples and see, I don't know how long this is gonna take to come up with some kind of protection potion or whatever Gwen's gonna concoct here, but
Okay.
At least do that first, and then possibly with the idea of maybe going to take a long rest after.
All right. So you make your way back over a couple tree trunks away to the kind of woven root gate that you went through to get into Redwood Watch. Kind of peeking your head into the area where the one large door that Gwen and Gramble kind of burst out of each other time that you came by, almost as if they were waiting for you. And there's no activity. There's nothing there. It's dark inside. It doesn't seem like anyone is currently in the Elf Council chambers.
Where could they be? Gotta look around for some squirrels.
You're scanning. You kind of looking further up in the trees, wondering how far squirrels could climb, and both council members kind of come at you. They're walking along from the direction of the village green, and they seem relieved but surprised to see you in one piece. And Gramble kind of, laddie, how went it? You're back already. What did you find in the grove?
It was quite a tough adventure to start. I found some answers and a great many more questions. I did manage to recover this, though, and he holds up the 6 vials.
Gwen Humira takes the vials carefully one by one and holds each one up. Yes, of course. I can see. She's poking each one. She's kind of like shaking one. She gives one like a very close listen for a long time, and finally Gramble. Well, can you do anything with that or not? Gwen kind of startles and says, Of course, yes. I can produce antitoxin tailored to the specific kind of poison. But a few hours, and I'll have it for you. And she, kind of shaking one and still listening to it, she makes her way into the council chamber there.
I'm gonna pull out the pot that I have the sap sample. I also did recover this. I don't know if this is any use to you or if it would help you solve the mystery of the source of what's happening. Although I do have a lead on that as well. And he presents the sap, the poison sap ooze.
Redwood sap, all right, but I certainly wouldn't put it anywhere near my pancakes. Definitely as corrupted as we ever thought the forest was. Those samples looked none too healthy. Couldn't have come any faster for you. Say, did you run into that other chap there, the bearded chap out in the woods? I'd hate to think that another person had gone missing with no trace.
I did run into that chap, and he said the same thing about the pancakes. That is truly remarkable. Great minds think alike.
Well, there's only so many uses for tree sap.
Yes, he's recovering. We had a couple of run-ins with centipedes and a couple of zombies and a teeny rust monster at the end. That kind of put him over the top. And not to mention the dryad too. We were also passed out by some kind of some sort of aura that overtook us and gave us nightmares. It's been quite a morning.
Ah, well, a dryad, you say? Oh, that's interesting. A dryad would take up residence in the forest with the corruption. He must have taken up residence before. Surely he'd have moved on if the corruption had taken hold. No dryad would stay willingly and make a home. Centipedes make sense. Yeah, anytime you get corruption and death in the forest, centipedes be sure not to be far behind it. Rust monster. Oh, you stay away from those, laddie. You can't trust them. 1 minute they're just feeling their way around, and the next minute your whole pockets are turned out and turned to scraps.
I think I might be working on becoming a friend with this one, but Rust Monster aside, the Dryad, I found him sitting in a throne in earnest. Forgive me. I hope you don't take offense. I've decided to name the trees. This one I named Ernest.
In earnest, not the emotion Ernest. He wasn't sitting in earnest. He was sitting on Ernest.
Well, he could have been sitting in earnest, but he was definitely sitting on Ernest as well.
You've named the trees?
Yeah. Yes, it occurred to me that we might be sorry if we don't give it a name. Give them names, so I've decided to name the tree. He gives them the other names of the trees.
Well, I've heard of strange behavior from city folk before, but not exactly what I was expecting. Nevertheless, you've proven yourself by bringing back samples from all the trees, and we appreciate that. And Gwen, you will whip up an antitoxin that'll protect you from whatever it is that's plaguing the forest. Tell us, did you manage to get any leads on what's occurring? Did you sense what could possibly be causing this, and how we could get a hold of it and get the trees back in order?
I did. Honest 93 says to set the forest on fire.
The whole thing, yeah. Just kill it all
because of the centipedes.
There's always more centipedes. Yeah.
Yeah. I did attempt to do that, but the fire was extinguished pretty quick. I was ready to put it out if need be, but it at least it got rid of the centipedes. I hate those. Anything.
That swarm of centipedes was dodging everything you threw at it until you lit it on fire.
And that was the only thing I could think of at that point. Anything that has more than 4 legs and can scurry, no deal.
There was a lot of scurrying in that fight.
Does not belong on this planet. So the only lead I attained was from your friend, the Dryad, who is clearly not your friend. You think he's part of this whole poison that's plagued the forest?
Gramble kind of gets all introspective for a minute. I wouldn't put anything by the denizens of this realm anymore. Once you've seen one thing, you feel like you've seen everything in the Forgotten Realms. But a Dryad purposefully corrupting a forest, not something I've heard before. I would think that he would seek to only help to heal. But perhaps if he was corrupted by some even greater power, he'd move from grove to grove and poison the land.
Could he be corrupted by sitting on his throne in earnest? On earnest.
The throne? Well, what was the throne made of?
It was made of the tree. It was made of earnest.
No. The trees get corrupted. They die, and they give off stinking sap. And he takes another look at the pot that's still kind of like exposed there. The trees...
I did recover... Oh, go ahead.
The trees, if you don't eat the trees, or the sap, which a Dryad doesn't even need nutrition in that way, then you wouldn't be corrupted by it. I can't imagine that's the case.
He spoke of a dragon wormling that he believes to be the source. He has not seen this wormling, but has heard rumors of it, and has pointed me in the direction to the lair. I was hoping my companion Druff would recover a bit and join me, but it looks like his days of adventuring may be over.
Another dragon? Preposterous. Why, we've already had a problem with one dragon, and we slew that dragon 100 years ago. Hasn't been a dragon in these parts since 100 years now. How would another dragon even know how to find this grove? Why would another dragon be here? I seriously doubt another dragon has gone by. This forest spirit must be spinning tales in order to get you. You be careful now. He may be trying to lure you into that place. You may find that once you get down into that ancient lair where the original dragon met his demise, you may find that dryad waiting for you to ambush you.
As long as I don't find you waiting there to ambush me, Gramble. He makes a joke.
He's kind of stroking his
shivery.
beard and looking at. Curious folk you are, curious.
The dryad, yes. So this mound, nearly it knocked us out. What is that? Where the original dragon was killed?
Oh, the mound, center of the grove. Perhaps we should have mentioned it before you went in. Yes, the central mound is where the brave elves that we considered part of our families were buried after the fight against the dragon. 34 of them there were that stood toe-to-toe with the dragon and never made it home out of the grove. We buried them with their spears and their shields, and they've been silent, resting peacefully until now. You say that the central mound gave you trouble.
Yes, I guess I disturbed the spirits of your ancestors, and they weren't too happy. Or perhaps whoever is poisoning your land has created quite a clever ruse, some kind of field to dispatch with anybody that's curious.
Yes. The spirits would be disturbed by anything happening to the forest, but especially disturbed by anything related to the... Did they say anything?
They said danger and leave.
That makes sense. It seems dangerous in there, but...
Indeed.
Maybe more serious than we thought. I figured maybe there was some, big mushroom that had been causing this, but maybe I might have to rethink my thoughts and theories on this one.
Well, nevertheless, one last question, Gramble. Have you encountered a baby dragon before?
A wormling? Not... You don't live to encounter too many dragons, Mr. Nocash. Once you encounter a dragon, it's either by your side and your ally, or you defeat it. But the only dragon I've come across in all my time was Death at Sunset. One was quite enough for me.
And how is a dragon born, per se?
Why, an egg, of course.
How long do you think it would take an egg to hatch?
Dragon eggs? I'm no expert on dragons. I suppose it would depend on the type of dragon. Many of them are there, Some quick and fierce, some slow and plotting.
So if this Death at Sunset dragon had a dragon egg left behind, and now that dragon egg has been birthed, and now that wormling is growing, this seems reasonable that they could be related.
Most concerning, this line of thought is. Most concerning. Well, you'll be taking care of it for us now, won't you, Mr. Nocash? You're willing to go back to the grove with the antitoxin and continue to try to identify? Of course, all we ask is for you to figure it out. We would never, in a million years, even if I suspected that there's an actual dragon, which I assure you there is not, we wouldn't think to slay a dragon, even at such a young wormling. It's far beyond your capacity, surely.
Yes. Most likely, it would be the end. It would spell my demise for sure. Tell me, how long? Gwen Amara said that she'd need just a few hours.
Antitoxin brewing, yes, for the specific sort of thing that we're talking about. Looking at the tree bark and analyzing. Shouldn't be more than 4 or 5 hours. By midday, surely she'd be able to get you suited with all the antitoxin you'd need to protect yourself against any kind of corruption the forest might bring.
Great. I will be in my quarters taking a long rest. I need to recover a bit, and my adventuring party, which began as 1 and grew to 2 and is now back down to 1, I'll need all the strength I can get.
Oh, the fella didn't fare as well. Did you leave him in the forest?
No, he's back at his establishment near mine. Adventuring doesn't seem to be. It may have skipped this generation of the Bluefields.
You can't ever tell when someone rolls up. Here I thought that you seemed like you'd go in and run away at the first sign of trouble, and he seemed like an adventurer seasoned and ready to conquer anything in his way. You never can tell.
Appearances aren't everything, Gramble.
That they certainly aren't. And he kind of twitches his nose like a squirrel.
All right, Gramble. I'll be. I have a few errands to run around town, and I'll be taking a rest. Please, I'll be back for the antitoxin.
Yes. Feel free. Take as much time as you need. We'll be here, and be sure to stop by for the special today. It's big leaf soup that's being prepared by Fergus.
Big leaf soup. I promised my bearded friend a bowl to warm up his spirits a bit. He needs it. I'm gonna take my leave of Gramble here.
All right.
Thank you, Gramble. Most helpful. And I'm going to go head towards Fergus. Try to get the stew for him.
Okay. Do I have? Yeah. So, making your way back over with the sun climbing ever higher. It's not quite mid-morning, but it's definitely getting on towards the full daylight coming up. And there's not too much activity on the village green. Papo's still bumbling around on his designated little spot. But you do see opening up shop. You got Fergus, the proprietor of the. If we put a name to it, but it is the local watering hole where the locals would come donate mushrooms, berries, things like any meat, mini game they may have caught. With Fergus whipping up some communal dishes there, and he's opened up the doors. He's got something brewing. He's got something baking.
Fergus, it's great to see you. I thought maybe I would never see you again after the way my morning's been.
Yes. How fared you in the forest, friend? You seem a little bit worse for wear there.
Well, it was a long morning, but fear not, you don't have a bandit trouble anymore.
Bandits.
Anymore.
We've been hearing rumors about the bandits for some time now. It's really great that we won't be troubled by them. Did you manage to scare them off there?
No, they turned into zombies. I'll take a nice bowl of your leaf stew.
And he's sort of entirely spellbound. Zombies!
Oh yeah.
The forest is surely more corrupted than even we've thought. How horrid you say. And as he's spooning in the soup, you hear he goes on. It's terrible business. Zombies. Did they fight back much? How much does it take to vanquish a zombie? And he finishes with a final flourish, and an enormous leaf, a foot wide, comes, splashes on the top of the soup, spilling it everywhere. And he hands you a bowl with just a leaf covering it, like French onion soup has the cheese on the top. It's got the leaf kind of like covering it, stuck to the soup.
This will be perfect for my friend. I ran into that bearded fellow, Bluefield, in the forest, and we joined forces for a period of time. We vanquished the zombies, so they are no more. there is something far worse lurking in that forest, I'll tell you. Well, thank you for the soup. Here you go. He pays him.
Ah, I couldn't possibly know, sir. Not if you've rid the forest of zombies. Can't imagine if a zombie came walking into the village green. Nevertheless, several. What would we do? Please, it's the least I can do to offer you a free bowl of soup. Please take it. Come back if anything you need from Fergus. We'll pepper you up.
Thank you, Fergus. I appreciate it. he leaves Fergus. He goes to deliver his soup to, as he's walking by Popo, I'll say to him, Popo, how goes the search for the metallic items?
Oh, Sonny, I'll tell you, I'm having a bit of trouble remembering which impurities is the best for attracting the rust monsters and which impurities is best for fending them off and not having them eat your weapons. And he holds up like one curious looking dagger where the blade is like a bluish silver, and he's got another like a small hand axe, and the metal seems like to have almost like a reddish yellow tint to it. And he's how much can you carry, laddie?
Oh, I can carry a great deal. Are those magical items, Popo?
Oh, I could part ways with one of my magical items there, Mr. Nocash, but I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to put it on the house as I have, I'd be willing to help you out, but you'd put me out of business there, asking for a magical item there. Oh, especially if you're going to feed it to a monster.
Oh, no. I'm just trying to arm myself a little bit better. I learned on this trip, a simple sickle will only get you so far, and it didn't get me very far at all. I almost got bitten by a billion bites by a centipede while I was out there. Oh, it's a deathly business, I tell you.
Oh, centipede, and he kind of shuffles his way through. He's, oh yeah, centipede. See that you don't want a slasher. Get at the centipedes. You want to hit them with something that gets the whole everything. They're too small to skewer. You need something that's going to be able to smash down and get the whole thing.
Something blunt.
Aye. You need to be able to fend off anything. That's why old Popo here, and he turns around and he comes back with like this enormous 6-foot great maul with a huge crown of rusted spikes. Now this great maul, and he's clearly got a pitch for this item that he's looking to offload. Here, this was used by a warrior for many years until he ventured into a dungeon and found this magical great staff that served him a lot better. Came to me and he tried to sell it for 100 gold. 50, I said, 50! And he goes on and on about the qualities of this great maul.
Popo, maybe I'll consider it. But keep digging through and see what kind of metal items you can come up with. I'll be back before I set off back into the forest this evening.
Oh, you got it, Sonny. Now where did I put those caltrops? And he's back rummaging through his stuff.
All right, I'm gonna go deliver the soup to Druff.
All right, do we have a Druff? We have a Druff in. Yeah, good enough. Redwood Grove. Pretend Druff is there.
All right, and I'm gonna knock on Druff's door.
What do you want?
My friend, I have your soup for you. I know you said how much you hated the rabbit stew, but this melting leaf stew looks absolutely delicious. I haven't tasted it, but it's aromatic and it looks fantastic.
Druff slowly opens the door. He's very bleary-eyed, clearly exhausted from being up all night. And oh, thank you, Nocash. He takes the clay bowl, looks at the enormous leaf covering it, and he pulls off the leaf, and this huge plume of steam rises right into his face, kind of curls his hair. He says, "Oh, well, I guess the leaf serves some purpose, doesn't it?" And he takes a bite or two, and he's instantly is peppered up. I don't think I've tasted soup this delicious in my life. What did you say it was called?
It's the special from Fergus today. I missed the name on it, but Eat up, my friend. You'll be feeling better in no time, and I'll come to call on you before the evening ends, and we'll head back into the forest.
Head back into the forest? Well, I don't know about that. I don't know how much use I'll be. And he's eating the soup, and like the nerves are calming, but he's still. I only adventuring gear that I had to my name is now lost. It's nothing. It's a stick and a old battered, torn up. Oh, to think what my great great grandfather Bluff would think of me.
Bluff. That's right, Bluff. I'm sure he is proud of you, Sonny. Sonny, that's not what I would say. I'm sure he's proud of you, my friend. Nocash kind of puts his hand on his shoulder for a second. Truly, you performed great out there. And I understand if the forest is not meant for you. Your adventuring days may be over. I understand. But you performed great. I wouldn't be here without you.
Oh. Well, when you put it that way, I did sort of conquer those hard mud beasts, didn't I?
You did admirably, and the centipedes and the zombies. You took care of everything. I mean, I understand if the forest is too scary. If you don't want to go back in there.
Sure. Well, who would want to go back into the poison forest? Certainly not I, without my advanced... I mean, I thought it would be useless with any normal gear, but it was not very useful with my heirloom gear. He sort of seems very, very torn on what he should do, but the soup is helping, and your words are helping.
I'm sure, if we were to be successful, we would get some sort of magical reward from the town. Perhaps different gear that really tell the tale of how the mighty Druff came to the rescue of the poor Nocash.
The mighty Druff? I do like the sound of that.
Well, get some rest, my friend. I'm gonna rest up too. I'll check in on you a little bit later.
Well, I'm not going anywhere yet. I am exhausted, and I need sleep.
Indeed. Perhaps the rest of my crew will show up soon. I've sent word for them, but I don't know if they'll arrive in time. But we will see.
Heavens, crew! I'm sure you have a whole band of adventurers, seasoned and fighting ready, waiting to join you.
Yeah. Wait till you see them. If they show up, you will be very impressed by the army that I have assembled. Your confidence will be restored in no time, Druff. Just get some rest.
Well, it certainly sounds that way. Thank you, Nocash, and good morning.
Good morning, my friend. And gives him another slap on the back.
The soup spills over onto the floor. He sort of looks at it like it's a pity that someone else will have to clean that up, and he closes the door.
All right, I'm gonna go downstairs and check out my Air D&D and see if anybody's been I'm gonna check my little things.
All right, so you had stick prop against the window, and what'd you have on the door, or something else?
No, so I took the spear. I did do that originally, but I put the needles in the door and in the windowsill because I tried to set needles like as a Home Alone trap in case anybody came in the window. But I wasn't satisfied with my work, so I put an extra needle up in the window in case anything became ajar.
So you get back to your door. You're super cautious, opening it up, looking around for signs of disturbance, checking everything you've set up, and give me a perception check.
Perception. Nocash is very nice. Yeah, Nocash is a little nicer than Bocash. Bocash would have told Bluefield to probably go pound sand by now, or would have left him. Oh, I shut off the camera. All right, so I just I'm gonna make the check. I foul dice down.
Oh,
dice down. I don't even want to look at it. I'll look at it
Right.
later. It's definitely double digits. I can see that from here. That's one of my best rolls of the night.
Oh,
Damn, this one's gonna stink. And it actually didn't. What am I rolling? A perception?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So that's a 16 plus 1, maybe? Perception. No, that's an 18 total. Wow. Wow, it was better than the one on the ground.
oh.
18 total.
All right, so you make your way in. You're kind of really slowly taking your time to scan around, and you see pretty much no differences. Everything in the windowsill is right where you left it. No footprints, no anything. The only difference that you notice is a couple of small packages wrapped in leaves right inside the door. Like someone had opened the door and just left something right in there. There's 3 different packages of leaf wrapped something there.
Oh. Ooh.
Left them in the middle of the night. Yeah, that's about right.
Ooh. Yeah. It's true. Unfortunately for Nocash, he needs all the help he can get, and to quote the great Han Solo, short help is better than no help at all. And that tends to happen with Nocash, at least in terms of gnomes or in terms of red-haired rich boys. I guess that's what Bluefield is. And I thought for sure when I said Blue Water, that was his name. I really thought it was Blue Water. All right, Nocash is going to. I'm going to take a look at the packages. It's gonna take everything in me not to just grab one and open it up. So I'm going to carefully investigate it.
Okay. You're gonna kind of poke at one of them and open it up, and it is some fresh made bread. 3 different loaves of fresh made bread. That there's no markings, there's no note or anything, but it's just a couple loaves of bread someone's left for you.
I'm gonna open up the next thing.
All right, you're cautiously poking at it. It's wrapped differently in different kinds of leaves, and so this one you're kind of trying to peel away. The leaves are really fibrous, so you can't like break through. But you open it up and you find 2 potions of healing.
Whoa. Santa Claus is excellent this time of year. I'm gonna open up the third one.
All right, this one's hefty, and you pick it up. It's flexible, and you're peeling it, and you manage to get the leaf stems that are tied together open, and a coil of rope falls out. Fine made rope.
Could always use rope. We're probably gonna need that to go into the tunnel. It's as if my guardian angel has been watching me. Excellent. And he looks at the bread, and it dawns on Nocash that Druff is still carrying that water skin of poison water. So he takes a potion of healing and runs upstairs to go find him. Knocks on the door again, because maybe he should knock.
Huh? What is it? No housekeeping yet. It's too early.
Druff, open the door, the door. No.
He throws the door open in fine silk pajamas.
You're looking splendid, my friend. No, never mind that. Druff, here, take this. And he hands him a potion of healing. Where's that water skin of poison water?
Poison? What? Oh, yes, we got the sample of the river, didn't we? One moment, and he goes over to his adventuring pack and he starts rummaging through it.
I didn't want you to drink it in your delirium, my friend, and then I wouldn't be able to go back in that forest, knowing that if something had happened to you.
He finally pulls out the fairly simple-looking leather skin. He says, "Didn't I say that I would never drink from this water skin in 1,000 years? This is for a servant," and he hands it to you.
Ah, excellent. Ah, so now we're even.
Even in what respect again?
Well, I've given you the potion of healing, and now I've saved your life by making sure you don't drink that water skin. So we'll call it even.
Ah, saved my life indeed, friend. And he takes the potion of healing and puts it down in his pack and goes over towards the table where he's got like a very well organized setup and flips open that little leather book he saw, and he's kind of looking at you as he's scribbling in it.
All right, Druff, get some rest. I promise I won't interrupt again. Just be ready to go by sunset. I'll come and collect you by then.
Yes. Well, the interruptions aren't helping, but we'll see you at sunset.
Nocash leaves. Quietly enjoying how much he's interrupting Druff while he's back in his room. Trying to think of another way to interrupt, but not cause too much of a problem. Knowing that maybe if he does it one more time, he won't have someone to help him.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna go downstairs and kind of, barring any kind of unforeseen interruption, just kind of like go down, flop on the bed, and prepare for a long rest.
All right, yeah.
While I wait for my antitoxin.
You can hear the village sort of waking up as you're getting ready for your rest and, unpacking your pack and stuff like that. You hear a few more voices, people calling to each other, what sounds to be maybe a pack animal or two making their way towards the village common, but other than that, you don't hear anything. And you settle down for what appears to be a refreshing long rest.
Excellent. Oh, I need it bad. So on a long rest, what will I get back now?
Many things, which we can figure out next week when we get to Chapter 3 of Death at Sunset.
Perfect.